The 7 deadly sins will have a severely damaging effect on our spiritual lives. The most insidious of the deadly sins is sloth, which is characterized as laziness, comfort addiction, discomfort avoidance, a lack of concern for others, carelessness, sorrow, depression, despair. It can be an overwhelming sense of self-pity, a sense of grief, a woe is me kind of attitude, where one withdraws from the world in a highly melancholic state. There is an aversion to work. One may become negligent in taking care of himself, his family, his property. There is always an excuse. They are in an apathetic frame of mind and do nothing with their life. They go nowhere, they are a dead end, and they don't accomplish anything. Over time, the sin of sloth has expanded to include idleness, procrastination, extreme boredom, prolonged fear, and moral dejection. Sloth can range from laziness to mental illness to demonic interference. The Bible repeatedly denounces idleness and laziness. Proverbs 18:9 says, "One who is slack in his work is brother to one who destroys." Additionally, Proverbs 6, verses 6 through 8 admonishes the lazy to learn from the ants and to be industrious. Paul says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verses 10 through 13, "If any will not work, neither let him eat." Another example of sloth is a person not helping those in need, even though they would be able to do it. Sloth is a deadly sin because it represents a lack of feeling or concern for others and oneself, and a disinterest in heavenly virtues like love, faith, and contribution. Sloth can lead to the wasting of one's talents and the potential to use them in order to make a positive difference in the world. One is turning away from the precious life that God gave them. Many who are caught up in the sin of sloth are psychologically fragile and are feeling the effects of drug or alcohol abuse. There is an inability to experience pleasure of any kind. They see their future as dark and bleak, and their past as totally worthless. They are not motivated at all because the vitality of life has been sucked right out of them. They are on a path of ruin which could lead to eventual suicide. Depending on the core reason one has fallen into this dangerous and deadly trap of the dark forces hard at work to ensnare, mislead, and destroy our gift of life here in the schoolroom of earth, a plan of action should be created to help those overcome this pitfall. It can include a few of the following. Get out in nature and let the fresh air and sunlight recharge your spiritual batteries. Be patient and wait for the depressive episode to pass. Open up and reach out to friends and loved ones. Move the body in some form of enjoyable exercise. Ask for professional help and inquire about antidepressants. Seek out inspirational music and/or watch comedy. Use positive instead of negative self-talk. Make your goals manageable and do not expect perfection. Work on your talents and strengths and engage in industry that will lead to happiness. Push through difficult circumstances and overcome the odds. Take a moment to reflect on and recognize your accomplishments. With determination, perseverance, and diligence, one can halt and do an about-face, turning away from the sin of sloth, which can be fatal to spiritual progression.